Hello, I'm still Michael Beck, and I just wanted to take a moment to just kind of process. And yeah, I think I'm often just kind of like trying to figure out like where my challenges are, like where the holdups are. And I think sometimes maybe I can confuse myself or maybe gets misread. I don't know. Like I'm not trying to either make excuses or be like it's challenging and it's uncomfortable, so like I'm going to avoid and not do it. I'm just trying to see where the holdups are so that maybe, I don't know, mindfulness can do something for me. Maybe just somehow maybe it would just help to to help to clear the stumbling blocks, to work through them in some kind of a way, just to have a better understanding of like what's so challenging and why. Um, Not simply just to say that it's so it's not that easy, it's challenging. Even though that it is. I mean, yeah, just thinking how severely challenging things are. Like it's hard enough just to be an adult and try to do the adult things, and then if you have added physical and mental health challenges, that just can make things even more difficult. And if you throw in the fact that you are not employed and don't have income coming in, like it's just it's a lot. And I kind of think back to being at university and having professors and them treating like their one class as like your full-time job and as if you have no other priorities. And of course you have tons of other priorities. You have other classes and you might have a job. You might have just a myriad of other things. And so being able to somehow disregard how much they are impressing upon you the importance of only focusing on their one thing, having a mind to find your own balance and choosing for yourself how to prioritize and again balance things for yourself. But that is a challenge and an opportunity that I find in other areas with people who I'm working with, people who are supposed to be working from me, but it still can feel like they're a boss or someone who I am. Um, kind of the mixed, um, the sort of the double edged sword of accountability, I guess, is having people whenever you have someone that you're kind of like reporting to, it feels yeah, it just can feel like there's this pressure, undue pressure. Um, but I guess what the thought I was kind of getting to before, having said all that, although I think that's maybe important to express and get out there, is that it's been maybe at least a year, if not two, and I got an eye exam and had was mostly covered by my insurance, which was amazing. And that was one of the things on my list. It was a big thing. I mean, I'm running low on my on the year supply of contacts that I had, and I've been rationing that out. And so it was really a great thing to to go through all the challenges and all the loops to figure out who, like what, eye doctors would take me and approve Medicaid to do that. And then after the fact, the person who I was talking with seemed to be of the impression that insurance wouldn't cover contact lenses, because they thought that that would be a cosmetic thing. And so I don't know what their experience is and like what they're getting the information from. And it's hard when I want to assume, someone who works in a position like that would have the experience that they have would know. And so like I get through the thing of actually getting my prescriptions, which of course the whole point and is leading up to actually getting contacts and or contact lenses. And so I hear that they're saying that they don't think that contact lenses will be covered, and I'm already dealing with the financial anxiety, and again have other myriad of priorities and concerns and anxieties, and so I just had to put that to the side. um, and that was a frustrating thing to put that to the side, to have time pass and to not just go ahead and to get those contact lenses and or glasses or something, and to just kind of keep moving and pushing things closer to this end of this year. And against because I've been rationing, like I've still been wearing the same monthly pair of contact lenses for months. Um, and I got into a habit of wearing them at least 2 months rather than one, and I got pushed to three. And so I don't know how long I've been wearing this pair of contact lenses, but it's probably not good and recommended to do that. So, but right, so I was having this feeling, this sense of getting towards the end of the year, and like what happens if I like lose my benefits next year. That's still an anxiety. Just with what's going on, I don't know what's going to happen with Medicaid. So, but so I've been stalling, um, not knowing what to do, wanting to get contact lenses and or glasses, feeling the financial stress. And but I went ahead and today I called the number on my Medicaid card to inquire, because I had gotten a letter some time ago that said that I could maybe get up to, like, I don't know, $200 to go towards either contact lenses or glasses, is what it sounded like. And so that was partly, I think, why I was confused. I think maybe I received that before I had gone to the eye doctor. And so but I went ahead and I called, and of course that was its own discomfort and challenge. It's just it's not just one thing. It's all these little steps that lead to it. And when you're just terribly anxious and depressed, um, and feeling so defeated, it can just feel like either I can't do it, or it just feels like what's the point. So it was a big deal for me today to make those calls and to get some more information. And it sounds like from what they shared that I could get something like $250 to go towards contact lenses, which would be great. Um, Hopefully that would cover the most of it, and maybe there'll be some change that I'll need to pay out of pocket. But yeah, so I figured that out, and so it sounds like it'll just be a matter of going back to the eye doctor and sharing this with them, and or maybe I have a number that I can call, and or that they can call me there and try to sort these things out, and get the benefits that I have. So So that'll be the next step. But yeah, I've just felt so much stress and so many different priorities and so many things that I feel like I haven't been able to move on because it seems like there's always one more thing. And excuse me, again, finding the energy and the motivation can be hard. So, but I did it. I I made a decision today. I decided to make the call. I decided to get through the discomfort, and I got some information. And it sounds like I have some resources to to take with me to hopefully, yeah, get some more contact lenses and yeah, just have that covered and have one thing sort of off the list and one less thing to concern myself with and worry about. And that feels important, a win-win to have a sense of feeling that you've done some things, accomplished some things, and again, to have some things off of my plate and to have something less to worry about. So yeah. So I just wanted to yeah to process and share some of that. I don't know how. Yeah, I mean, I trust that some of that will be relatable and resonate in some way. But yeah, at the end of the day, just wanted to process and make a record of yeah, noting, being mindful of the challenges and the stumbling blocks and the things that I did to work through it and overcome it. And I guess, yeah, I mean, partly it's hard because I can't. It's hard to kind of put it into a bottle and be able to replicate something every time. Like, what were the things at play that put me in the frame of mind, the mindset to have the energy again and the motivation to make the call, to decide to kind of overcome my trepidation and my feelings that that it's not worth it and it's pointless. I think partly because again I'd like received this information from the person at the eye doctor and I was like, well, they should know. And so, you know, just trying to remain curious and not just kind of yeah, it's hard to trust and to know who to trust and to know like what information to take. And there can be conflicting information. And so I think, yeah, it is something to just try and, yeah, I guess just try to be open and stay curious and try to get the full picture and all of the information and not just kind of take from one source. And maybe it takes a little bit extra work, but hopefully in the end it pays off to, again, get the fuller picture and ask questions and dig a little bit deeper to kind of get the hopefully the best outcome or at least to say that you tried. um, yeah, I mean it was something for me to have this year to have applied, to have a case manager, which it's basically like I think of as like a resource manager, someone who is just going to provide you with various referrals. Um, there was someone who would have helped to, uh, in this sense, I think they didn't so much help me with the eye doctor necessarily, but they certainly encouraged me with it, and that's something that we discussed and a goal that we made together. But yeah, I'm losing my track of thought here. I think I had a bit more energy maybe going into this, and now I'm kind of tapering off energy wise, and also just yeah, with it, my mind is sort of going and what I wanted to express and talk about within this recording. But but I think yeah, it was just that it was something to try and I think I got off track there when I was trying to explain what a case manager is for anyone who doesn't know who's listening to this. But so it took a lot to try to apply and go through the process of trying to get a case manager when again like I probably was feeling like pretty hopeless and was thinking questions of like am I worth it and what happens if I get rejected um, and just anticipating getting rejected and not wanting to go through all of that, but I did it anyway, and it worked out, and I did get assigned a case manager, and that's been a huge help and a benefit. But then I applied to for food stamps, which is SNAP, and I did get that the first go around, and that was a huge benefit. I did try to apply a second time and was denied, and that sucked. But it was more important that I tried and that I gave it a chance. And so just trying to try and give things a chance and believe that, that it's worth it and that there can be a good outcome. So believing that it was worth it for me to make a call, inquire about further information about my vision benefits and contact lenses. And so hopefully I can take that and I can go on and say it's worth it to I can't think of um, yeah I'm still trying to get a dentist for general cleaning but so maybe to that and other things trying um, to yeah assert myself and press forward to believe that it's that I'm worth it and that it's worth it to invest time and energy and dealing with discomfort to do it. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, thanks for listening to my musings as always. And yeah, until next time, please stay well. Take care. All right. Bye.